You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/theclockcleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we're recapping Smackdown from June 20th.
Yes, so I don't know. It was a decent show overall, but I don't know. I wasn't as outraged as everybody else, so I didn't feel that the show needed to be just based around the whole women's Money in the Bank thing.
Yeah, it seemed to be the large focus of it.
Basically.
I'll tell you what, though. The show certainly felt like it dragged. For me, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I take notes, so it's kind of, it's a little different.
I think we had talked about this,
Yeah.
where it's like our experiences watching the show are a little different.
Yeah.
Than watching it when we do the notes and watching it when we are just watching.
Yeah. Like I said, Raw was a good show in my opinion, but like when I was just sitting there watching it, it was nice to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So,
it just flies.
Yeah.
So we opened the show with the participants in the women's Money in the Bank match, complaining to Daniel Bryan about everything that happened, and he basically said he was going to talk to each one of them individually, and he kind of just, all right, I'm getting out of here, guys, ducked away.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense for him to talk to them individually, especially when they're in a united front, all saying the same thing.
Yeah, and all they wanted was the same answer, too.
Yeah, so it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. And then we had a promo from Carmella and Ellsworth. This was pretty good. I mean, Carmella kind of gave it her all in her promo.
Yeah, well, she's not terrible on the mic.
No.
I think the biggest problem with her is that she's a little obnoxious, but not necessarily when she's doing promos.
No. In-ring, very obnoxious.
Yeah, that and, like, her entrance is weird, or it's not as bad now as it was. Like, when she first came out, she was doing the the moonwalk thing.
I thought she still does it.
I don't think she does it with Ellsworth. Or
Gotcha.
if she does, she doesn't do it as much as she did. And she also doesn't do the Queen of Staten Island bit where she comes out with the mic.
Isn't it crazy that at least this week, that Enzo, Cass, and Carmella are all big focal points of the shows.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. That's for sure. Considering that usually it's none of them.
Right, yeah.
So,
but yeah, she went on about how her name has been trending for the last 48 hours, which it really wasn't her name, but, it was the controversy.
It was a topic that she was involved in.
Yes, but it wasn't necessarily.
I'm going to take credit for things whatever I can.
That's true.
Reaching its gross.
Yep. But yeah, it was basically because of not the first woman's Money in the Bank, but how it was won.
Yeah, well, the fact that Ellsworth climbed the ladder and grabbed it for her.
Yes.
And it kind of like demeans the whole thing.
Right. Which I get people's view of that.
I get why people are upset, but I liked how they did it because it's a heel thing. You know what I mean? And that's what they were going for. And it's hard to...
This is 2017, my friend.
I don't know. Everyone gets so upset about everything.
Yeah. But yeah, so she basically said that she was overlooked and underestimated.
Going into the match?
Yeah. Oh, just in general.
Yeah.
And then she kind of... when I rewatched it, because I kind of was in and out at this point, I watched the YouTube version, and they shortened it a great deal. But I guess during the regular show, she actually kind of ran down each woman individually and kind of said, Charlotte was hanging on to her father's coattails and so on and so forth. With
probably
each
the
of them.
Same thing with Tamina and Natalya.
Yeah, and then she has said something about Becky too. But yeah, then she was just complaining about all the people that went to the internet to complain, and the internet trolls and tweeters, as she called them, were all pathetic, and that you can't break a rule if there is no rules.
Well, yeah, because the Money in the Bank, by definition, is a no disqualification match.
Yes, and then she talked about how there have been multiple run-ins in the matches, and
See, that's funny. I don't remember.
I guess Kane causing
Rollins
to
win.
win.
That one I do remember.
When Bray came out and attacked Roman when he was going to win.
Yeah. I guess what it is it's not very often that someone is directly involved.
Right.
As opposed to just causing someone not to win or win.
Right, no,
because Kane didn't do anything to help Rollins get the briefcase. Mm-hmm. He just prevented someone from...
Yeah, which is what Bray did, too.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's just those are a little less noteworthy, I guess. Like, they made a big stink about Kane helping Rollins when they were all in the Authority.
But, I mean, that was his whole title run, was him getting help for everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was fine because that's what they were going with.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So this whole thing basically continues. We have a backstage segment with Charlotte and Daniel Bryan. Bryan had said that the medical staff had examined her and said she was cleared or something like that.
Well,
asked about her neck.
From what?
I'm guessing the
dive?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Yeah, and then, she just tells him, don't worry about my neck. We have more important matters that,
Yeah, we got to talk about this thing that we're going to talk about even more later on.
And then he kind of reiterated the fact that it was a no disqualification match. And then she was like, yeah, but he wasn't in the match. And he actually grabbed the briefcase and, pulled it down.
Yeah, it's something like, it's never really, like, obviously this never happened, but it's never mattered before.
And then she pretty much just said, just do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a match between, who is it, Big E and Jimmy Uso. So I guess this is where we're going to go with this since the feud isn't over.
What, just singles matches?
Yeah. Which is,
that's usually what they do. Well, you can't
usually they do it before the...
Yeah, but you can't have the tag team match every single week.
No, I know. But it's kind of tough since... it was like when the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro...
Oh, yeah, they kept on switching around who was in the match and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably what's going to happen because we're, I'd assume close to a month away from Battleground, right?
Battleground is on...
23rd? Not 23rd. Yeah, maybe the 23rd.
Maybe. I'm not sure exactly.
Which would almost be a full month. More than a month.
Yeah. Well, if that is the case, at the very least.
But yeah, so New Day cut a promo beforehand, just basically saying that the Usos staged a jailbreak in their own penitentiary, and that Big E is the warden. Yeah, it was a typical New Day promo. Nothing special. It was a decent match, though. At one point, I guess Kofi was on the outside, and Jimmy had ended up kicking him in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And they were back and forth, and Jimmy started to leave. And
again.
Yeah, well, both of them started to leave, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
And Jay started walking up the ramp, and Kofi ran up to the stairs and jumped and hit him, leaving Jimmy to have to go back into the ring to fight Big E, and then Big E hits the big ending. And that was the match.
Yeah, it's a little surprising how well they're booking the New Day over.
The Usos?
Yeah, because the Usos are looking very cowardly and weak.
Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of weird that they ended up going with that finish for a pay-per-view match.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand that being, the first match and then all of a sudden at the pay-per-view.
Well, technically speaking, is the first match.
Yeah. It was just the same complaint I had with the Owens and AJ.
Yeah, with the finish at Backlash.
Which apparently that's not over with either.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, but I figured they would have moved on.
Well, there was only one match between the two of them.
Yeah.
So.
But they did have story building up, at least.
So that just means that what's going to be, like we had assumed, a lot of the stories from the end of Backlash were going to be status quo moving forward.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's really going to get shaken up is, I guess, whatever Corbin's doing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Which
will affect other people, but.
Yeah. Well, mainly one person.
Well, Sami Zayn is probably going to continue his feud with Corbin, but it's just a matter of how involved he will be. If Corbin's only going to be in one segment a night,
right?
Is he going to be like doing a potential cash in, or is he going to be doing something with the briefcase?
I feel like he's just going to be carrying it around, and then all of a sudden he's just going to do the cash in, and that's just going to elevate him up. Yeah.
Hopefully it's a surprise or like a shock, whatever he ends up doing.
Yep. But next we had a backstage segment with Natalya and Tamina with Daniel Bryan. So, yeah, this has been the focus of the night. And basically every backstage segment was one of the competitors from the Women's Money in the Bank match talking to Daniel Bryan about it.
Yeah, they keep on cutting back to the backstage dealing with it.
Yeah, so Natty was kind of sucking up to Daniel Bryan, asking him how his first Father's Day was all this, and going back and forth and talking about her cat like she usually does.
Two Paws?
Yes.
He's on Instagram.
He is. And Tamina interrupts it, and she's like, we just want to know how you let Carmella get away with something like that. And then he reiterated the same thing. I'll talk to you guys later.
And there's no rules.
Yes. No rules.
So dumb.
Yeah. And we had another women's backstage segment with Dasha interviewing Naomi. So she asked her about the controversial Money in the Bank match, and she gave her her 2 cents and says that she still wanted to be in it and whatnot, and that basically Daniel Bryan needs to make the right decision.
Yeah, it's funny how the champion wants to be in it. Can I make it so that other people can't win this, please?
I cash in on myself.
This is scary.
When I lose the title, I can just get my rematch right away.
It's true. It is possible.
But yeah. So Lana decides to interrupt, and she says if it wasn't for Carmella and Ellsworth, that she would be the women's champion right now.
Yeah, it's funny because for a second I thought I was going to be right about Lana. Her only chance of winning is if there's a cash in.
Well, you had said made it into a triple threat, right?
Yeah, well, that's what would have happened if she cashed in.
Right, or she could have just waited for someone to get the victory and then cash in right away.
Yeah. But like I said, I figured that was her only chance of winning that match, though.
Yeah.
Not necessarily her winning the match and then getting cashed in on. I didn't think that was going to happen.
No.
I thought there was going to be like like something happened and then she wins because of the cash in.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. But yeah, so Lana challenges her again to a rematch, and then Naomi was just, insulting her and basically saying she wasn't worth her time and whatnot. And then she gives her a rematch anyway for next week.
Yeah, Naomi's dumb. There's no other way of putting it.
Well, it's basically like, all the other women are doing something. I guess we got to continue this.
It's true. Yeah. At least until next week.
Yep.
So up next we had Tom Phillips interviewing Randy Orton.
Yeah, so this was basically the Corey Graves role like he does on Raw.
Well,
and Michael Cole does it too.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think JBL's done it too, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I know Byron's done it before too. Not on SmackDown.
No.
Like when he was still doing Raw. And then so I'm sure they all do it here and there.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they don't.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, he had a sit-down interview with Orton, which, from this, we know that this feud is not over.
Yeah. It's not terrible.
No.
Orton seems invested.
Yeah.
And the matches aren't bad. I think the Singh brothers might get a little boring soon.
Oh, it's the 2 matches they had end the exact same way.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, yeah, it was Randy Orton kicked the crap out of the Singh brothers.
Got in the ring and got hit with the cloth twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, so basically Orton was talking to Tom about the match, and then he said he took his eye off the ball when he
was enraged.
Yes, when he went after the Singh brothers because they
were attacking his dad.
Yeah, I guess you can call it an attack.
Well, they were trying to take his shirt off.
They're groping him. Yeah. Come here, old man. So yeah, basically he said that Jinder's made it personal and that Randy won't stop until he gets his revenge. He said he was going to go into India and beat up Jinder's family or something like that.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is perfect for the storyline.
I don't know if it could be wrong, but I believe every so often JBL keeps on going. That's what the Singh brothers are paid for, to get beat up.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, like I said, just continuing with this.
Yeah. Well, they could bring it into SummerSlam. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
or it'll end here at Great Balls of Fire.
What do you mean Battleground?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It'll end there, and then the new feud. Yeah, the new feud will start at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
as long as it's not Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar again.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Bleeding the hard way.
Yeah. But I guess maybe it has to do with, Orton making Jinder look good.
But are you saying that that's what's the goal?
No, but I mean, he's been doing a good job. Maybe they work well together, so that's why they're continuing, because I don't know if...
It's possible.
Who else is Jinder really going to have a feud with?
It's true. There's not a whole lot of...
A big face. I mean, what do you have, AJ and Shinsuke?
Sammy.
Yeah, but like you said, Sammy and Corbin are probably still going to be...
Yeah. Well, there was no logical
no
way to do anything, but that he would be a viable option. That's really what I was getting.
True.
So,
up next we had a match we've never seen before, and the result was the same.
Well, in all fairness, though, this is the first time it was on SmackDown.
Yes,
that's what
live.
They said. SmackDown Live, yes, because they were dark shows the other times.
But yeah, they talk about Mr. Ziggles and Shinsuke.
Yeah, and they like I said, they made a point to mention that this is the first time they were on.
Obviously,
SmackDown
they can be like, "Oh, here's the same old shit we've been giving you."
Well, yeah, but sometimes they try to avoid talking about the past if they know it's too recent.
Yeah,
but yeah, this time they did that.
Yeah, but this was a really good match.
Mm-hmm. Well, Shinsuke and Dolph put on good.
Together.
Yeah, they good.
Yeah, they seem like Dolph seemed to be trying to mat wrestle him more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rest holds and things like that, too.
Well, he did the same thing at Backlash, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he? I don't know. It was a while ago.
That's true.
So much wrestling.
So many brain cells.
Yeah, but, shit. Shinsuke ended up getting the win with Kinshasa, and it looked like it hurt. There was a couple of good kicks he had, in the back.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because we've been talking about how weak the Kinshasas have been looking.
Yeah.
So...
But, I mean, that could be another thing why they're pairing these two together still, is to keep building Shinsuke, because Dolph's very good at selling.
It's true.
Just
he likes to do
good.
The floppies.
And they don't know probably what else to do with them.
Yeah, it's
because
weird.
They don't want to make somebody else look weak.
Yeah, it's weird because there's a lot of examples of we don't know what to do, so we're just going to throw you in stuff.
Right, yeah, we got all this top talent, but we don't want anybody to look bad, so we're going to keep this stuff the same way.
Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so up next, there was Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan in the back.
Yeah.
It looked like it was what? Bryan was congratulating him on his effort at the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that was sunset flip power bomb off the ladder. It was fantastic."
Yeah. So, and then he said, "Don't worry, you have Baron Corbin next week." Yeah. And I don't recall him asking for the match.
No, he just,
So I guess it's just oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then after that, Becky Lynch comes up. Her and Zayn are talking a little bit.
Yeah, and Zayn was like, "I was really pulling for you to win that match."
Yeah. And then Zayn walks off, and Becky does her spiel with the...
About how she got robbed, which technically she was the one that did get robbed.
Yes, it's true.
Because Ellsworth did push her off the ladder.
And she was saying something about, I guess, doing the right thing isn't what's the easy thing.
Right.
And kind of hinting at a possible heel turn.
Right, yeah.
Because very well it could be next week where she does something like that.
She's like, screw it. This is how things are going to be.
I came up with an idea. All right. It's never going to happen, but she gets Sami Zayn to do that.
I mean,
that would never happen.
No.
Because if she was associated with another male,
right,
it would be one thing, but him, absolutely not.
No. I mean, he could be the gullible type.
I guess that's true. But
yeah.
So,
but yeah, she basically said, "Oh, I thought SmackDown was the land of opportunities, but now it's the land of handouts."
It's true.
It's true. So one thing I took away from this episode of SmackDown, I haven't missed Daniel Bryan at all.
He doesn't add anything.
No, and I've seen too much of him.
Well,
But I think that was the whole point.
The people like him.
They do.
So it's not like it's
Yeah, we have. Oh, at least I have that unpopular opinion that I'm not a big fan of Daniel Bryan. I mean, I liked him in Ring of Honor as Bryan Danielson, which is his real name, and his work there. But I don't know, the whole underdog thing really never struck me. You know, because I don't watch wrestling to see the little guy win.
I guess that's true.
You know, I just want something that's entertaining.
I don't know. I think we've had this conversation in the past where it's more of a understanding of the situation than understanding why the situation is the way it is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Roman, more or less. Like, we get why he's not liked.
Mm-hmm.
We get why Bray is liked, but we don't. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I couldn't see the way people are investing in him like they do.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you got a good point. Daniel Bryan isn't really a huge.
No, and
he's no Kurt Angle.
Well, yeah.
Kurt Angle hasn't really been doing a whole lot.
No.
But his presence feels more legitimate.
Right, yeah.
When he is on.
I mean, I also think it's the fact that, like, from, everything that happened with Total Divas, with him, basically losing what he loved doing, and now he's just kind of there doing this.
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling that he's not really, because he doesn't want to be doing it.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He'd rather be wrestling.
Obviously, translates to his character. Mm-hmm. I mean,
sometimes he tries, but for the most part, it's not anything great.
I don't know. And I liked having Shane there, to be honest.
Yeah, well, Shane's a more exciting and vibrant character.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Oh, this was good. I'm glad they're doing this again. The
U.S. Open Challenge?
Yes, which is funny because before they went and announced it in the ring, like Kevin said, we're going to have a Kevin Owens Face of America Open Challenge. They actually announced it previously before the commercial break. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I was just kind of like, well, why would you do it there if he's going to announce it here?
Because Kevin Owens needs to speak.
It's true. That is true.
It doesn't matter if it's been said 100 times. He'll tell you to.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't even need to announce it previously. They could have just let
say Kevin Owens is coming out next or something like that. Yeah, exactly. It does make sense.
Right.
So he says he's putting an open challenge to anybody who lives in Dayton, Ohio. So
then AJ comes out and he's like,
"We all know you don't live in Dayton."
Yeah. And then and then Chad Gable comes out and
both American Alpha come out, and then Chad Gable comes to the ring, and then Owens again says, "You don't live here."
I know where you live.
It's like I moved today.
I moved here today, and he gives like an address, and AJ's like, "Yeah, I know that.
I know that place.
That's where he lives." Which funny, throughout the match, I think it was JBL who was like, "That's the address for this place."
Yeah.
So this kind of had the John Cena, Kurt Angle feel to it a little bit.
The kind of like the
John
torch
Cena's first,
the torch bearer kind of thing.
Kind of.
Where not necessarily like an end of an era, beginning of an era thing, but it's like a big established guy taking on a low no-name guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which is funny because Chad Gable's 31, I believe.
Yeah, he's also a very established like amateur wrestler.
Yeah,
It's a very different situation, but at the same time, it's kind of the same feel.
Yeah, well, exactly. It was just the feel.
But
of it.
Gable's really good, so he put on a good match with Owens. Mm-hmm. I was surprised at how easily he was throwing him
the
around.
Belly to back suplex. With the bridge pin. Oh yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah. But yeah, Owens got the pop-up powerbomb for the win, which wasn't a huge surprise.
No. Obviously, he's not going to lose the title.
I mean, this is. I like this. I love the open challenge thing. Like even when John Cena did it.
Mm-hmm. John Cena was the first one to do it. I think.
Was he?
I believe so.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
I don't remember.
I guess Kurt Angle's was just a random open challenge.
That wasn't for a title or anything.
No, it was just an open challenge.
That was just him saying, "Okay, anybody in the locker room, come out and."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's something not different, but something I like. So I guess.
Yeah. Well, it gives you a chance to showcase talent.
Yeah.
Because I know that one of the big matches during John Cena's U.S. Challenge, Open Challenge, was Sami Zayn came out and put on a good match with him. So then that made him or gave him a good name on the main roster. Then he ended up getting hurt, I think, during that match.
Yeah.
And then he was out for a long time.
Yeah, because he was still in NXT at that point.
Yeah, and he just came up. So, but,
So what are we going to see American Alpha split up next?
Maybe they're getting rid of tag teams in general. And all there's going to be left is the Bar.
Just one tag team?
Yeah, just the Bar.
All
right.
Yeah. So up next, we had the Hype Bros in the back talking to Daniel Bryan about how they never got their title shot.
Which is true.
They
did win a number one contender battle royal and never got it.
Zack Ryder brought up the footage. Like, that's where my knee tore or whatever.
That's where my leg got destroyed.
Yeah. And then so apparently Daniel Bryan was like, well, if you guys want to earn that title shot, you can next week by facing the Usos.
Wait, they only have to earn the title shot again?
Yes.
That's stupid.
Yeah, look. Anybody fighting the champion to earn a title shot is dumb.
It's true, because you have to beat them to earn the chance to beat them. It's dumb.
Yep.
But whatever.
So heel turn next week?
No. Bad.
I'm just gonna keep repeating it until it happens.
I know.
And then I'm gonna be like, I told you so.
It's one of those. I'm just gonna keep on at it until I'm right. Anyway, moving on.
Speaking of people we haven't seen in a while, Ty Dillinger was in a Sonic commercial.
Yep. So that's how we use our wrestlers.
Yes. So Sami Zayn, I guess, was trying to figure out which milkshake was better, I think. And so he asked Ty, and he gave them both 10s. And then Sami was like, well, how am I supposed to decide? And Ty was just like, just drink both.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yep. Poor Ty.
Yeah, whatever.
We didn't get Mike and Maria this week.
That's fine.
Let's have them debut at the pay-per-view, and then since people don't know who they are anyway, let's make them forget even more.
That's fine. I'm okay with it. That was so dumb. Whatever.
I don't know. I think they had the after show, how they had like the Raw extra. They had like the SmackDown extra. I think there was something with them. I saw it on their YouTube page.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, because I'm sure most your casual fans go, oh, let me go right onto YouTube and watch. No, that's not what happens.
It's true. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you can take this one.
All right, so Daniel Bryan comes out, and then he calls out all the women.
The women, they have full entrances.
Well, yeah, because we got to kill time because we're not going to waste it on people.
Talent?
Yeah.
The reason people watch the show?
Exactly.
That's what really irked me about SmackDown this week. There was just so many backstage segments.
That's what they do.
Frustrating. Usually that's Raw's job.
Killing time.
That's why I said that. And I was like, what are we watching? Tuesday Night Raw?
Anyway, so Brian's told to make a decision based on the rules as opposed to on emotions because for some reason this was up for debate.
Right.
I don't really understand why. But he has everyone come out, and then
he basically says that the rulebook states that the first woman to touch the briefcase is the winner.
It probably doesn't even say.
No, there's no rulebook. Are you kidding me?
I guess that's true.
Stuff changes every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's start counting the guy out in a
submission match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so but he said this is unlike any other pay-per-view or any other Money in the Bank match where somebody not involved in the match has actually climbed up the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, and unhooked it and gave it to somebody else.
Yeah, and this could start an interesting precedent if this is to happen in the future.
Now there'll be a stipulation added in.
Or if it'll happen again and they'll know what to do.
That's true,
so they can write that into something.
Nah. This is WWE.
Well, I'm not a rule book per se, but like a storyline.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, and then Ellsworth and Bryan started going back and forth.
Bickering like children.
Yeah, because I guess Ellsworth mentioned something about his daughter. He said, what did he say? Well, wouldn't you rather be at home with like your little baby hippie daughter or something, like your vegan hippie baby or something like that. And Daniel Bryan got all in his face, and then everybody was so excited.
Well, because they thought that Dan Bryan was going to put him in the yes lock. I don't know what Daniel Bryan does.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But yeah, he basically says that Carmella has to hand the briefcase back.
Yeah, and then he announces another Money in the Bank match for next week.
Yep. Women's Money in the Bank rematch.
Sure.
Yes.
Whatever. So
I mean, what's done is done. That's
it's
the
true.
thing. And people aren't just going to be like, oh, that didn't happen.
Well, they could very easily, because, people have short attention spans. They could very easily just... They could make it so this is the official one.
Yeah.
And this is what they'll play next year.
Yeah.
Not Ellsworth.
Right. And I'm pretty sure they said that Ellsworth was barred from ringside.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It might have been after the fact or something like that, but
yeah.
So the match lasted, what did we say? 13 minutes, I believe.
I think 13 minutes.
Yeah. So I think they'll give this one time.
It's probably going to be the main event. I'll probably start at like 9:30.
Which is what do we have? All right, we have Hype Bros versus the Usos next week.
That's going to be short.
All right. Well, it might not be.
I think it's going to be short.
It depends if there's a heel turn or not.
Sure. It also depends on what else is going on.
It's true. We're going to have Corbin and Sammy again.
Yeah, it's
Naomi and Lana again. But that's 3 matches already right there.
Do you think Sammy's going to get another fluke victory against Corbin?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Corbin's going to beat the crap out of him with the briefcase.
It's possible. He might not even make it to the ring.
It's true.
He might sneak attack him from behind.
It's possible. So that's 3 matches there. What do we have a total this week?
There's going to be a gender segment.
We had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 matches this week.
Mm-hmm.
And the main event started at what? 1:45, 10?
Something like that.
So they're going to give it more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be 20.
Oh, maybe we'll just get less backstage segments.
It's possible.
But I mean, everything's filled, so yeah.
All right.
So anyway, up to the main event of SmackDown. We had Jinder.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say the unexpected main event of Luke Harper versus Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, it was announced earlier in the night.
Yes.
I was like,
well, it's not like it just started, but it's the fact that they put Luke Harper against Jinder Mahal in a non-title match for no reason.
Yeah.
Just
basically, we haven't used this guy on TV in a while. Let's put him in a match.
Yeah, with the champion. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it was back and forth. Actually, no, Luke Harper, I think, had a majority of the offense in the beginning of the match.
Yeah, I believe it started off strong.
And then Corbin's music hits, and he comes out, just kind of walks around the ring and kind of gives Jinder a look, and he's like, oh, I'm watching you. I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
He does a lap, and then he heads back up the ramp.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. I don't want both people who have the briefcase to do that.
Yeah.
Certainly not on a regular basis, but like them both doing it once is fine. And if Carmella doesn't win again, which she probably won't.
Yeah. But I mean, if they did have her win again, that would be.
I don't know. Like I said, I was okay with the way that the choice and the way they wanted to book her, but at the same time, like it'd be weird to do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they want to book her too strong.
No,
because if she won it, then she would be legitimizing what she did.
It's true, but then that could play into the story. Well, look, I didn't even need James Ellsworth's help at all. I did it by myself.
Yeah, but
now you guys are back in the same situation.
It's true, and like I said, I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess. Of course, the Bollywood Boys ended up getting involved here.
Well, yeah.
One of them got up on the apron. And then Luke went to, I guess, clothesline him, and he ducked and then turned around, and Jinder hit the cloth for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orton comes up, beats the crap out of the Bollywood Boys again.
Yeah. Well, because Jinder tells them to go get him, and then he dispatches them very quickly. And then...
then he was beating the crap out of Jinder outside the ring, throwing him into the timekeeper's area. He hit a draping DDT from the barricade, which was nice.
Yeah.
And then what is the Bollywood Boys got back up? Right, he went back in the ring.
Yeah, and then they both tried to attack him from the top rope, and he hit RKOs on both of them.
Yeah, that's it.
The first one looked all right. The second one did not.
No.
Yeah, no.
He went like he was hitting going knee first down.
Yeah,
it was just awkward.
Not a good looking RKO. Yeah. So, but
yeah. So, I mean, because this match really didn't matter a whole lot. But back to the women's thing, I kind of figured they were going to do like a a fatal 4-way for like the number 1 contendership. So at least you have something there for them to fight for.
I'm okay with the Money in the Bank.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm just saying what I kind of thought they were gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Just so the women can actually fight for something. They'll still be a number 1 contender, and Carmella can do her own thing with the briefcase.
Yeah,
but I don't know. So who do you think's gonna win?
Becky.
She's the most logical choice.
So you agreeing?
I will agree with that.
Very good.
That's what I'd like to see win.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems like there's going to be a heel turn in the works.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully Naomi and Lana is good. It's probably going to be a short match, I would assume.
Yeah, it would probably be like a short match with the...
I think Naomi will actually have a stronger showing.
Yeah. Well, she kind of looked like she got beat on a little bit.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah.
So, sorry, this was very unenthusiastic. But,
yeah, there's not a whole lot of good going on there.
No, like we said, it was kind of focused on around one thing.
And it wasn't a great thing.
No.
So, whatever.
Hey, so that was our SmackDown review.
If you liked what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.